Hey guys, welcome to another beautiful day in the beautiful life. I hope you are, taking care of yourself and, I don't know, safeguarding your energy because that is your most, I want to say, essential resource is your energy. It's not your money. It's not your, it's not your body. It's literally your energy. Because if you think about your energy basically configures the kind of life that you live based on what vibration and frequency you choose to reside on. So I was thinking about this and I did some automatic writing while I was getting my drink. And I guess I'll start with that. There's a couple of things I was thinking on. Like the first thing was, the how silence is so essential, and then also, well, I'll read it to you. So you're not here to fix or save anyone. Let me repeat that. You're not here to fix or save anyone. You are here to empower yourself and maintain a frequency so everyone around you has the opportunity to tap into their own wellspring of potential through a living example, which is you. That's it in a nutshell. Like if you've been wondering, what's my purpose in life? Like what am I supposed to be doing? Yeah, I've noticed like life actually society has brainwashed us into like chasing and running and trying and doing in order to feel valuable. But I'm here to tell you that you're fucking valuable. Like right here, right now. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been like wondering like what's my purpose in life? Just so that I can have like a point of reference that I'm supposed to be heading towards. Like if you don't know where you're going, and then how are you supposed to know like in what direction you're supposed to head and how you're supposed to like accomplish that, Like that's always been like a big mystery for me. Like what's my purpose? And I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that are wondering the same thing. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they're just like busy working or worrying about like bills and kids and jobs and I don't know. I don't know what everyone else is doing honestly, but my whole thing is like I've always wanted to know what's the purpose? Like why are we here? What am I supposed to be doing? What are you supposed to be doing? It's all open to personal interpretation, but I've come to the conclusion that we are right here. We are not here to fix or save anyone. We are here to empower ourselves, and maintain that frequency. So everyone around you has opportunities to tap into their own wellspring of potential through a living example, which is you. Like who cares how much followers you have? Who cares how much likes you have? Do you like yourself? Do you follow your own compass? Are you following your own guide? Dude, I feel like most people are just following everyone else's guide, like following the likes, following the look at me, look at me, look at me, I need attention. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, that's why I watch people. It's kind of funny. Um Dude, and if you're in that state of being, it's it's fine. I think we all have to move through different phases and different seasons of life before we like discover like what's up. You know what I'm saying? Um yeah, I mean, I used to like participate in social media, but it wasn't necessarily for like look at me. It was more for like inspiration, and it was a creative outlet for me. Like, like I want to create things, and sometimes there was no place to put the creativity but into like my social media pages, and I don't know, some that got destroyed. So I took that as a sign that, okay, less distractions, more self reflection. You know what I mean? Because once you like stop giving your attention away to external things, then you can hyper focus that stuff and bring it back inside. So blessings all around. Um, what else was I going to say about that? Yeah. So, if you're, I think, I don't know, how do I say this? If you're constantly looking outside of yourself for validation, for attention, for someone to, like, I don't know, exonerate you or, I don't know, show you your value, you're still externalizing that. You're still like trying to find it outside. But my whole thing is like, I don't want to live a life where I need external validation. I want to live a life where I am empowered and what is that called? What is that word? Sovereign. I would like to be a wellspring within myself. So it doesn't matter if I get the attention or the accolades or anything because I like myself. You know what I'm saying? I like myself. I don't really need anyone. And I'm not talking about like being arrogant, you know? Just like this like calm equilibrium inside where it's just like I don't really need much from anyone because I'm giving it to myself, you know? Oh my god, I'm just bambling at this point. Let's move on. Maybe, I don't know. How do I say this? Yeah, okay. So once you take that first step towards knowing yourself. And what I mean by knowing yourself is like self-inquiry, like understanding like your triggers, understanding what makes you excited, being able to like read energy, feel your feelings, listen to your body, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. Once you like take that step inwards and you start knowing yourself, and then you start kind of like refining yourself, and you start like mastering parts of yourself that used to run amok. You start like learning about frequencies and vibes. I'm sorry if the like video is shaky. I feel like my car is super vibrating right now and shaking my camera. Can't help that. But anyways, yeah, you start like noticing like different frequencies and different tones and different like vibrations, you know what I mean? And then once you, I want to say, get well versed in that, you start learning how to regulate that. Like you start noticing how like you, not someone else, you can turn your switch to high, medium, or low. Most of the time we're letting other people do it. We're letting like world events do it, that's why a lot of people, like, I want to say, operate predominantly from fear because there's a lot of things in the world that you can't control. And when you're in that state, that brings up anxiety, that brings up fear, and then you're operating from fear. No, no, no. Don't let the world fucking run you, okay? You run yourself. That is a secret. Self-mastery, guys. Self-mastery. If you're even remotely interested in that, I don't think many people are remotely interested in that. I feel like they're just here for ego trips and like look at me, and that's okay too. Everybody needs to go through their own life journey, and we're not here to judge, but we're certainly here to recognize, notice, and call a spade a spade. I mean, how else are you supposed to um, sift through bullshit unless you like call bullshit bullshit? We're not trying to like candy coat things here, or I'm not. Maybe that's why people get mad at me, or I trigger people because they're just like, oh, no, this chick, she can see through the bullshit, and I'm trying to like put on this facade, and her energy totally like jolts my facade. But who cares? Anyways, let's move on. Yeah, you maintain a frequency. You learn to regulate yourself. You don't allow anyone else to do it for you. And then I mean, at first it's gonna be hard, man, because you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna regulate it, and then something is gonna happen. It's gonna dysregulate you. You gotta be like diligent and like work that muscle, and keep regulating. Like every time somebody tries to like switch your knob, you just switch it back. You know, you got to constantly do that until you get to a point where like you have control of your knob and nobody else does because you don't give them any permission. You know what I mean? Am I making sense? I don't know. But yeah, then maintain your frequency. I'm still working on it, man. Like I want to say I want to say 80% of the time I can totally just maintain my vibe. I do encounter like a few individuals that will try to turn my dial, and then I'm learning to just not react. You know, just gray rock, just be like totally non-reactive, and then sometimes call them out. It just depends on the moment and the situation and the person, and you know how everybody's feeling in that moment. But yeah, and then I'll just turn my button back up and just la la la. I think that pisses people off, especially people who want control. They want to control you. Yeah, you have people in your direct or immediate environment, like family members or like partners or like friends or coworkers, acquaintances, strangers. They're they're all like they're here to like take you to the gym, you know, so that you can learn how to regulate yourself and take your power back and say no thank you, give me my control and I can like regulate myself. No thank you to you. I don't need you to like do anything because I'm learning how to like basically take my power back. Yeah, 1000%. um let's move into silence. I think I've made videos in silence. So I don't know. So really quick backstory. So ever since I was a child, I was like so obsessed with like consuming information. Obsessed. Like consuming information, storing it, gathering it. I think because I wanted to like figure out like what this was about. Where's the fucking like blueprint? Like where's the like where's the directions? Where's the manual? Like what am I supposed to be doing here? You know, this is so confusing. Yeah, so I was excessively consuming information so I could acquire different angles so that I could put pieces together to formulate a clear like answer. Yeah, I've been doing that for most of my life and I don't know, at some point I got burnt out. Like in some of my other videos I said like I used to like read books like excessively, like excessive consumption of information. Yeah, I was a data hoarder. When I back then too, like I'd be on the computer with like over 30 tabs open at one time and I'd be like kind of like going in between the tabs trying to like 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 find angles and like see how pieces fit. Yeah, I burnt my fucking brain out honestly. And thank God for that because what was I doing? I was consuming external information and in a very unhealthy way, a very imbalanced way. And that was preventing me from like seeing myself, you know? Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys automatic write. I journal, I automatic write. What I mean by automatic write is I kind of like turn my thinker off and I just write and then information just flows. I don't know. I don't know. Does everybody have the ability to do this? Probably. Do they do it? Probably not. Are they remotely interested in doing it? Maybe, you know, just depends on where you're at on the spectrum of evolution, I suppose. But yeah, automatic writing is fun for me because I don't have to think and I don't have to read and I just let things flow and I just get information and it's really cool. So whenever you're stumped, I suggest automatic writing. Like just literally turn your thinker brain. I for fun, I would do like 5 minute mind for fun. This is fun for me. Where like I'll set a timer for 5 minutes and I would just let the pen flow. You know, I wouldn't really even be thinking it, just like write down whatever was being like dropped or downloaded. Um, yeah, but going back to silence is potent and powerful because that is the only space where you can hear yourself clearly and shine a light on aspects of yourself that usually lie dormant and hidden. That is why it's important to step inside from the outside noises that the world will emit as a distraction. Knowing your north node is helpful. I guess I'm going to add that at the end. Knowing your north node is helpful. What is your north node? Well, easiest way to figure out your north node, just go on Google or go into some search engine, type in your birth date, and then type in your like your birth date north node. It'll tell you your north node. So, what is that saying? Or like, follow your true north. Have you heard of that saying? Yeah, dude, that's that's part of the plan. That's part of your plan is to follow your north star, your north node. So, how are you supposed to know where your north node is if you don't even know how to you don't know what it is? Go into a search engine, type in your birth date with north node, and it'll tell you. So, basically, it'll break it down where your south node is how you were or how you operated in past lives. But, that was the past. We're moving towards our North Star, right? Our North Node. So, yeah, it kind of gives you I want to say, yeah, a reference point. So you can see what you've learned in the past and what you need to learn in this lifetime in order to become a more wholesome being. You know what I mean? North and south, opposing things on the same. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. This often happens. It's weird. I don't know what I'm saying, but I do know what I'm saying. But I often wonder if I'm making sense because I've been surrounded by people who I don't know, can't comprehend what I'm saying most of the time. So that's why I have to be this hermit. I have to be a hermit. So fun. Yeah. So remember I was talking about purpose? Seriously, it would be good to look at your astrological chart and also your north and south node. Absolutely. All of these are just reference points, honestly, to know yourself more. I feel like they're little keys that kind of help you to peer into, to acquire another angle of you so that you can grow and know and become um, more of who you truly are, beyond all the masks and veils and layers of stuff that they've taught you to be. You know, all of it is stories too. If you think about it, it's all stories. Yeah, you're somebody has told you a story, but in this case, many people have told us stories throughout our lives, and unless you question it, you're gonna believe it, and you're just gonna go, okay, this is what it is. No, it's not what it is. It's somebody else's story. You know, and what's your story? What story are you writing? What's your dream? You should be asking those questions. Everybody else is trying to dictate your story by telling you how it should be, but that's not how it should be unless you want it to be that way. I've always been inquisitive. I'm like, wait, this doesn't make sense. Your story doesn't make sense. What you're trying to sell me doesn't make sense. What are we doing here? It's so, yeah, I've been like this for most of my life. I don't know, but if you've followed along this long, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for just, I don't know, being here, being you. Yeah, hell yeah. Celebrate that. Stop letting people dictate your story. Stop building other people's dreams. Like for me, if anything, build the collective dream so that everybody can fucking know themselves or not. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna invest in empowering myself, holding a frequency, a high frequency, and people can either meet me there or not. But I'm just going to hold to that frequency, and it becomes like a ripple effect. You know what I mean? Because energy, it's not static, it moves. So if you hold the frequency, it'll create the ripple effect. you know All these other people on the lower vibrational scale, I think you irritate their fucking demons, because you shine light on things that they don't want to process quite yet. And so they're going to try and bring you down, but you just take your controller back and go, no, no, thank you. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay at this frequency. You can either meet me there or not. And then just keep on keeping on. I know we have good days, we have bad days, and then we encounter people who can be fucking assholes. But just don't let people fucking take your controller. Don't let people drive your car. Don't let other people be the captain of your ship. Don't let people dictate your reality. You know, you do that. It's your life. It's you. You. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've learned so much lessons because I've encountered like bullies for most of my life and like opportunists. Like the last the last experience I had was devastating, and that actually helped me to like activate, like, how do I say activate? Hmm, higher frequencies within myself, because I couldn't thrive in the lower frequencies that, yeah, people were trying to get me to stay in. I don't know. I'm going to end it with that, or else I'm going to keep talking. You know me. I just ramble. Anyways, take care of yourself. Blessings to one and all. Amen.